Cape Town, a city known for its scenic beauty and where tourists from around the world flock to play. But it's also known as the Cape of Storms, and one is brewing right here, right now, between 16 men. Selected from all over Mzansi, they come from different walks of life. Some are professional athletes, others are office warriors, while some are just average Joes. But they all come with one goal in mind, to be the next Bar One man. Igama lami uTshepo Hauser Mosese, and it's time to kick off the Bar One manhunt. Standing on the ramparts of the Castle of Good Hope, and it's here in Cape Town where the Bar One manhunt begins. Over the next 13 weeks, 16 men will compete in grueling solo and squad trials across the Western Cape and South America. Each week, someone will be eliminated at the judgment until one man is left standing. Now, the Bar One men have been ordered together at the castle for their first solo trial. Aspange. The Castle of Good Hope, it was built between 1666 and 1679 by the Dutch East India Company as a supply station for ships traveling to the east. But since then, it has been used as a fort, itanyani, and a military base. But which of the 16 men who have entered the Bar One manhunt will be haunted by the memory of their first trial at the Castle of Good Hope?
Only 16 men were chosen in South Africa, and I'm one of them, simply because I can do it all.
For some of us, being in this competition is like a passage to manhood. We're going to get tested with stuff that we never ever dreamt that we'll actually go through with in our lives.
I'm expecting this to be tough, grueling, mind-boggling at times, but most of all fun.
I'm hoping it's very competitive and that I leave the competition a better person, whether it be physically or in whatever way I can learn from whatever task that I would have went through.
Gentlemen, welcome to the adventure of a lifetime. Season 3 of the Bar One manhunt. Now, let me just warn you, gents, you are not on holiday, because over the next couple of weeks, you will be pushed to the limit in a range of trials that will test your strength, your courage, and your ability to become a man amongst men. The winner will walk away with cash and prizes to the value of R1 million, which includes a special edition Bar One man Hilux Bakkie. Most importantly, you will earn the bragging rights to call yourself the ultimate Bar One man. Now let's talk about your first solo trial. A solo trial is where you are playing for yourself and only yourself. The winner and the runner-up will captain the two teams in the squad trial and secure amnesty for themselves should they end up at the judgment. Let's discuss your solo trial, gentlemen. Behind you stands the Castle of Good Hope that has not been conquered since it was built in 1679. So today, you rewrite history. You will storm the castle by scaling the wall that is right behind you using the ropes that have already been put in place. You will then make your way to the main gate and run along the outer parts of the wall all the way to the opposite side. You will scramble down a cargo net as quickly as you can, and when you reach the bottom, you will then have to search for a secret manhole, which will give you access to the tunnels that run underneath this castle. Once you are in those tunnels, gentlemen, you will have to navigate your way through until you discover what we call a Bowen-Man expedition watch, which kind of looks like this, except yours will be black in color. Now, gentlemen, remember very carefully, do not return from the tunnel without this watch, because it represents your time on the hunt. No watch, no game. The first two men to make it back on the rendezvous mat will captain the two teams in the squad trial and secure amnesty for themselves at the judgment. Is that clear? Yeah. Bowen-Men, go.
I think the very first thing that went to my mind was, it's actually happening now.
There were 5 hoops. There's 16 of us in total. I just looked at it, a quick glimpse, and I thought, you know what, hey, don't strategize this. Just go with it and see where you land.
How? Steven, not James, Sebashona Phambili, taking an early lead ahead of the pack.
I came out in front. I spotted my rope access off the bat quite well, and I picked a good line. Came through the first couple stages in front, and as soon as we got through to the stairs, one of my teammates passed me and kind of got left behind, but it's all good.
James is edging ahead of Steven along the top of the castle walls, with Johan and Fadine close on their heels. Uyake James umfana who scales the next set of ropes and makes it look so easy.
Jefferson was definitely in front. Same with James. He was way up front, waiting for Jefferson to go, and then Scotty was on my left, and he just went, and I thought, no, I'm not going to let him get me. And I decided to put all my strength in it, and I climbed up, and Scotty and I actually jumped over after the ropes at the same time.
James is now flying along the castle walls and given himself a significant lead ahead of the others as he approaches the cargo net that will drop the men 30 feet over the wall.
The most challenging thing for me was getting down that huge, that rope. Like, I don't know what it's called anyway, but I mean, just getting through that, because your feet get stuck in the holes and everything else, and people were rolling, falling in each other.
Yeah, the thing with the cargo net was that it slows everyone down to the same pace. So it was more, it wasn't strategy as much as luck. If you got the right line down at you, you were sailing down the thing. If you got the wrong line, you were getting bounced around by 100-kilo rugby players.
Now the men must put on their safety helmets ukuze bangene kulama tunnel that run underneath the castle and which will lead them to their watches that they must find.
The interesting part was the tunnel. Once we went into the tunnel and there was like literally water flowing.
I was expecting when we said it's going to be sort of damp, I didn't expect a river. It was very much like this Indiana Jones sort of effect, because you're walking down the tunnel, it's completely dark and you just got this one light, and you're going through this cold water, and all I could do was with my light, I couldn't look up, I couldn't look down, so I just kept on tilting it so I could see who's in front, what's going down, look in front, what's going down.
James no Johanna madoda oqala ukufika ekugcineni kwetunnel and start searching for their watches.
I didn't know what to expect of the watches. They told me the watch is going to be. They say in your mind you have, okay, it's a very nice watch. So I would lay it out on the table and here's your watch, don't break it, and then go. But it wasn't there. It was underneath all the water, and there was piles of sandbags and everything was underneath there. And I think I probably stepped on a couple when I was searching for it. And then I thought maybe it's outside. I was hearing wrong, so I popped out and looked outside, see if it's not there, and so I went back in.
Aish, njengoba James no Johan bahluleka ukuthola amawashi wabo, the rest of the men have caught up, and now it's anybody's game. Nakho-ke James watholile amawashi, he grabs one and makes his way out, leaving the others to scramble beneath the water.
By the time I actually got down on my hands and knees, there were like 13 guys within the same zone, and it all became like a rugby ruck.
They just dove in and trying to find the watch, so you can't even find your way there.
Okay, I can see a face. That looks like James. Well done, James. You are the first. Congratulations to you. And Jonathan, You came second, my man. Congratulations.
Came first in the first challenge of Bar 1 Man Hunt Season 3. That means a lot. It means I already started making my name, gained the respect from the other guys. They're bigger than me. So now they're really skeptical about me now. You know, they're thinking that I'm going to be a challenge to them.
Most of the men have found their watches and are making their way back to the surface. Kodwa uHilkia no Oz basemindawonye.
As we're moving through, I get there and I'm looking for a watch because I was actually second last day. Looking for a watch, I can't find it. I'm starting to panic. I started throwing everything over, you know, looking for the watch, and shoes are floating everywhere.
So I got there, and as I put my hand down, I got my watch immediately, and my cylinder with the watch immediately. And then I put it on my arm. I turned to leave. However, he hasn't found his. And then it kicked into me, or clicked immediately, that in fact he won't be able to come out without that watch. And if he does, he's automatically eliminated or disqualified. So I turned around and helped him.
And eventually, I mean, the guys, I must say, Q, good looking out, Oz, good looking out, they came, they assisted me. We found my watch, and eventually I was out the tunnel, yeah. Well done, Smith.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You have officially conquered the castle and have retrieved your Bar 1 Man Hunt Expedition watches. Give yourselves a round of applause. Remember, gentlemen, these watches represent your time in the game, so guard them with your lives. No watch, no play. And let's give a round of applause to the two captains of the squad trial. James, my man, how do you feel?
I feel like I just made a name for myself a bit, you know, a bit of respect that they must take me anyhow, you know what I mean?
I think James, having won, he kind of had to prove himself because he's the youngest guy here.
Jonathan, quickly take us through the challenge, man.
Physical, I think, tough. The water was, you know, it started ankle deep and then went higher and deeper. It was quite a challenge.
I'm a very competitive person, and I think the only thing that pulled me through to come second is just because of my competitiveness.
Fadin, my man, you look a bit bloody.
It's a little bit, eh?
What happened there?
Yeah, first got caught in the net, which was pretty bad. Sorry, boys, I slowed down a lot of you guys, and I think someone took me in the face as well coming down, which was pretty funny. Put me off, but then everything went fine. We went to the tunnel, and I think we got a bit confused in there, looking for the watches, and we realized where it was. Everybody died for it, and I was actually the first one, so I went up against the pole, and yeah, I actually pushed myself back, so that's the battle styles in you. But yeah, part of the game, and sorry again, boys, for getting caught in the net.
Fadin, just step out, my man. The medics will look after you. Well done. Gentlemen, do you have your watches? Yeah. Please show them to me. Well done, gents. If you are eliminated at the judgment, you will then hand over your watch as your 25-hour day will have ended. Now go get some rest. I'll see you a bit later on at the squad trial.
Yeah.
You know, guys are kind of sussing it out, you know, we've got an idea of who the strongest is and so on, you know, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of other challenges. So for me, I feel there'll be more stuff where we might not be doing what we did today, you understand, where you can shine perhaps. But like I said before, my strategy is always not to show what I have till the end.
Thanks for showing me the way to the watches. I saw you first, and then I thought, okay, I'm just going to grab one.
I'm the youngest guy here, and I'm captaining guys who are way older than me. It won't be that bad. I just hope you get along with everyone, that's all. As long as everyone gets along with me, I'm happy.
Man, it's sexy, eh? Yeah. It's not gonna go like that.
The winner and runner-up in the solo trials go on to become captains of the two squads in the squad trials. The losing squad will go to the judgment and vote someone off the Bar 1 Manhunt. However, the two captains secure amnesty for themselves and are safe from elimination. Okwamanje, ama captain wethu angakhokha umoya.
Captain James.
Well, I feel that James most definitely deserved it. You know, it just shows that the smaller guys are actually the proper competitors because they fit into the situations a lot better. There are going to be tasks where obviously his size and stature won't benefit him as much as the bigger guys, but being one of the bigger people on the team is definitely not an advantage as much as I thought it would be.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
With the first solo trial completed, amadoda sewafikile kule ndawo bazohlala kuyo while they are in Cape Town. They are living 4 to a room, and over the next couple of days, this will be where they will begin to strategize for the Bar1 Manhunt.
Finally, we can relax, eh? Being here as one of the Bar1 Man, you know, members, contestants, it's an exorbitant feeling inside, excitement that just explodes because I'm here. I'm really here, and I'm really amped to win it.
Well, I just met my roommates, and I think they're very cool guys. I understand one's an engineer and one's from Pretoria and all of that stuff, and I'm keen to hear their life stories and see what they're about.
At the moment, it's just, you know, we're all checking each other out, you know, but I think with me and James coming first, you know, there might be a big possibility of guys thinking, hey, these guys are actually, you know, they want to take it.
But the decider was at that cargo net, eh?
After a hectic morning, of course, the major talking point is the first solo trial at the castle.
Today's trial was an eye-opener because you are in that settling mode, and it only got real when Hausa said Bar1 Man go, and then you realize that this is real.
Because I mean the big guys were actually, they had an advantage because they were actually at the front.
If today challenge or trial is anything to go by, I will say pretty much that from now on it's anybody's game. It's going to depend how focused are you, how hungry do you want it, and how dedicated are you.
So what do you guys as team captains think of the competitors, eh?
It's quite funny actually.
Because you guys are going to have to make a decision on picking teams.
No, I don't think so.
No, well, are they picking teams?
I think we're gonna have to pick up, you know, take a box. You reckon? Yeah,
No.
I don't think we're gonna choose teams. I think there's a part.
Either way you look at it, captaining a squad or leading a squad doesn't actually mean anything. It just basically, for now, means that I'm safe.
While most of the guys begin to relax and to settle in, abanye abasamosha isikhathi as they get together to plot their opening strategies.
Guys are already speculating about forming alliances and what's going to happen next. And I think the one thing I told them was, you don't know which side you're going to get picked on. So you can't form any sort of alliances now, not knowing which teams you're going to be in.
What number you came in the challenge?
606.
No, I mean the challenge.
Oh, challenge. Jeez, I don't know, man. But I know I placed in the middle.
I expected you to be second or first, you know?
No, but you gotta play strategic, my man.
Well, the plan so far for this competition is showing that I am a competitor, but not too strong and not too weak. So just laying in the middle ground, really playing it under the radar, not over the radar.
I needed to make my mark there.
No, for sure.
Yeah, that's what.
And I respect that. I respect that, and you did flipping well. Everyone was impressed with how fast you were. They couldn't believe it.
That's what I wanted, just to make my mark, and then I know that's...
No, but you definitely set a mark.
Yeah.
Now you gotta watch your back, eh?
Yeah, that's all.
You definitely have to watch your back.
I spoke to James about taking it easy in the competition because he is a very strong competitor like myself. That's because being a very strong competitor this early in the game immediately puts a target on your back. By me keeping it under the radar, I can really work the line side of things.
I got some inside scoop with the other guys, and they already put a target on your back.
Really?
Yeah. It's a tough one. So you just gotta be careful.
No,
Alliance?
It's gonna depend on the next challenge now. You have to ease down a bit, or...
Now that we're bunking together,
yeah.
you can always talk strategy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm not trying to be the bad guy or anything. I'm trying to play my game as well. I'm playing smart.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm playing smart.
I'm playing smart. I just need to make my name.
Even though you win or lose challenges, that doesn't really count in the game that much, as alliances count much more. Because you really need guys to rely on and have your back.
Ilanga lesibili le-Bar 1 manhunt, and the mother city wakes to a cold grey morning. Amadoda akhathele from their solo trial and seem to find it hard to get going.
Time to get up, but it's game time. Get your game face on, no? You get your yes, check this game face. Yeah, man, I'm a bit tired, eh? Yeah, that trail yesterday took my energy.
Hey, Mom.
What's up?
Don't go ahead and sleep in your bed.
That dude snores too much, man.
You got real
He's
problems.
like he's got a broken exhaust pipe, man.
Don't listen to Kimo, he's lying. Kimo! You lying?
I'm serious, dude. I've got you recorded on my phone.
I think it's all in your mind. We had an argument, so you had to go sleep on the couch.
I'll play it for you when I get there.
Just admit that we had an argument and you had to go sleep on the couch.
No way, dude. I'm not lying for you.
Yeah, hand was a bit hectic. I've been tossing and turning the whole night. So I'm a bit worried about today's challenge. Today's trial. I just gotta hide this as much as I can from the rest of the guys so they don't think that it's coming across weak, especially since today is gonna be a team challenge. So yeah, a lot of pain in it at the moment, but I'm gonna have to suck it up and let's hope I'm still sleeping here tomorrow.
So what do you think of Vadim's performance? Do you think he's going to perform in the next few challenges with his injury?
I think he's going to want to make a point, show us that injury is nothing.
I think the first trial was very interesting because I think most of us were still settling in, and it sort of opened our eyes to say, hey, the challenge has started. From the word go, you started to get a sense that a lot of guys are in it to win it, and they started running and going hard, basically. And that's when you know that it's the game is on.
Hey, bandenye into la Western Cape bafowethu. Temperatures have plummeted and are touching zero. The guys have to dig deep to face their next challenge. This is the Hillcrest Quarry, the location where the men will play their first squad trial. As you can see, the Cape Town weather has changed for the worst, but this is the setting for a challenge that will determine which squad will go to the judgment tonight.
We got there and we were all in the bus, and we literally drove down into this crazy, like psycho kind of quarry that looked like it had been abandoned for years. And the mystery was there from literally as we entered the quarry, and we knew it was going to be a super challenging trial rather than a strength trial.
Gentlemen, welcome to your first squad trial. How are you guys feeling? Cold. Yeah. So a bit earlier on, we had a bit of an injury situation with you, Vadim.
Just a scratch, Elza. All good, eh?
So you still feel competitive enough?
Pretty much as competitive as I was yesterday, if not even more.
Okay, fair enough. That's good to hear. Scotty, how you doing, my man?
Good, and you?
Very good. What are your expectations now after playing the first game?
Expectations are high. Guys are in it to win it. But today, it's cold, it's wet, so let's get stuck in there, Oaks. Let's do it. Yeah.
Let me explain the concept of a squad trial. A squad trial is where you will compete as two teams. The winning squad will be safe for another week, but the losing squad will go to the judgment and vote someone out of the Bar 1 manhunt. As the winners of the solo trial, James and Jonathan, you will be the captains of the two squads and will be given the opportunity to select your squad members in a moment. Now remember, gentlemen, the two squad captains have amnesty. So should their team lose and go to the judgment, they cannot be sent home. This trial is very simple. It requires good communication, calm heads, strength, and enormous flexibility. James, since you were the winner of the solo trial, you will captain the red squad. Step forward and stand on the red mat and make your first pick.
Oz.
With having been picked first, it felt good. But I think James picked me to be the guy who's sort of in the know with other guys in terms of what's happening.
Jonathan, you were second in the solo trial, which makes you the squad captain of the black squad. Please step forward and stand on the black mat and also make your first pick.
I pick Yuan.
I pick Jefferson.
I pick Scotty.
Bongs. I pick Bongs.
When James selected the first couple team members, I struggled to see the unity in it more than the friendship. It seems like that age group, you know, the early 20s to mid 20s, they seem to be in the same kind of alliance. I think he went for friendship over strength.
Hilkia, it goes without saying that you are the last man.
I was expecting it, so with yesterday's loss, but I just need to redeem myself. I was chosen last, but I expected it. I mean, I had a lot to think about last night. I totally expected that it wasn't, you know, something nerve-wracking or anything.
So here's the brief on the squad trial. It's called the Spider's Web, and this is how it works. Each member will be clipped onto a rope that will be suspended above the water. However, the rope will be tangled, and the challenge will be for the squads to untangle themselves until each man is hanging free. Once every man is free, you will drop into the water and make your way back on the squad mat. The first squad to have all their men on the mat will win the trial and is safe from elimination, whereas the losing squad will go to the judgment and vote someone out of the Bowen manhunt. Is that clear?
Yes!
Let's play Spider's Web. Okay, so both teams are tangled in the same way and suspended above the water at the same height. Are you ready to untangle the spider web? Bowen man!
What we decided was that two individuals will talk, and the rest will listen, and the others will be the spotters, basically. They will be the ones viewing the rope and seeing how it's entangled.
The black team has a strategy, they're working it out, but it looks like the red team are struggling a bit with communication.
Our general rule of thumb within the tangle was pretty simple. We just wanted to stay calm and to basically structure the ropes, you know. So we were working at one by one rather than just getting into a mess and almost ended up looking like a bird's nest on a fishing rod.
No sign that shows which team is currently in the lead. But it looks like the black team is making progress. The red team is still struggling as we speak. There's no sign of progress, none whatsoever. Jonathan seems to be playing his role as the squad captain, and it seems as if everyone is paying attention to him.
We totally had a strategy, you know. I must say big ups to Jonathan, Jono, because we had clear communication between the 8 of us. There was no confusion, and that's leadership. That's good qualities. He's a team player.
The red team is still stuck in the same position.
I felt like in the trial, we weren't aggressive enough. We weren't willing to take the cuts and bruises. And the communication channels within our own group weren't clear enough.
I'm wondering what James's game plan is at the moment, because they don't seem to be making any progress. The black team definitely seems to look a lot more tactical which is why they look like they're currently in the lead. Still haven't seen any progress from the red team. Ayikho into elungayo in the red team. Ngathi sebaphambana inkomishi.
I glanced up once, looking at how far they were, and I saw one of the guys trying to climb up to loosen the ropes, you know, understand? But there was no communication. The guys didn't have an understanding, and I think the guys on top, whoever was on top in that group, were the guys that were supposed to communicate. They were the ones that were supposed to send the messages down, because that's what worked for us.
James is a teammate any day. James is a leader, no thank you.
He's not a leader. He's not assertive enough. And again, his voice generally will get drowned out by the other guys.
The black team is definitely near the end. The rope is almost untangled. Scotty's out. Scotty is hanging free. Black team is in the lead. Scotty has dropped into the water and is making way onto the shore. Johan is also hanging free. Scotty is making way on the mat. Seems as if all the men are hanging free in the black squad, and they're all making way to the mat on the shore.
I'm gonna chill you for a while. Let me relax for a while. What you gonna do?
The whole team in the black squad has officially dropped into the water, and they're all making their way to the mat on the shore. And it's official, the black team wins. Black squad, congratulations, you've officially won the squad trial. Jonathan, you must be a proud captain, my man. Congratulations. Now take us through your winning game plan.
Well, we had a couple of minutes just to chat and get a strategy together. We had the guys hanging above with the eyes, the guys below with basically the work is just moving us around. But it was totally a team effort, hey? Total team effort.
Well done, boys.
Everybody working together.
Yes. Well done, gents. Red team, you don't have to play the game anymore. We'll bring you down. The game is over, as the black squad has officially won. James, clearly things did not go according to plan, which can only mean one thing. As the losing team, I will see you at the judgment where one of you will be voted out of the Bar 1 manhunt. Gentlemen, get some rest.
I think we're very happy. Strategy was basic. Once we were harnessed and once we went up, the guys on top actually were looking and the guys at the bottom were swinging us around, you know, into the different angles and stuff like that, and that worked out perfectly for us.
I think the guys are considered disappointed because we didn't want to give up, just to drop down and then give up, but we wanted to continue.
Obviously emotions are high and just tempers are running up, but other than that, you know, we gave it a good go and it is what it is.
It's just that we couldn't get it, I think, faster than other teams. But I think everything went well. We worked together as a team. Just that the other team was better, that's all.
The Bar 1 manhunt has stepped up a gear, and with the imminent threat of eviction from the hunt, members of the losing squad waste no time in discussing ukutubano zoyeka.
Jameson, we're actually talking here about who was the guy that you think that had the least performance in the team, you know? Or not the least performance, the guy that you think that doesn't deserve to be in the team.
Well, to be honest with you, we didn't perform that well, but I'd say Steve, eh? Steve. Just judging on his emotions.
Shots. Yeah, I see.
He's a bit emotionally unstable.
Come on, man, that's a bit too harsh.
No, to be honest with you, pre-comp, he was flipping out,
and then post, he actually went more crazy.
Exactly.
Actually, I noticed that because we're actually talking about it now. That, you know what, we all are lost as a team. You know? And it was wise for us to actually get along and try to encourage each other for the next challenge or something. He just flipped and he left and he decided. You know, it was just really weird.
Yeah, my confidence definitely taken a little bit of a dip. I feel much stronger in the individual trials. I don't come from a team sport background, you know. I've never played a team sport really, so I've most definitely don't feature as a teammate or a team member.
Anything can go down there. We don't know how the other guys are gonna vote, you know. And for 3 of us, okay, we agree on the same thing, but then there's 8 of us in the group. So I mean, 5 against 3 is nothing.
I'm extremely happy that I'm not involved in this first vote, because you know this game can go anyway. Whether you say this is what you want, but when the time comes, everyone has a different game plan. So yeah, I'm very happy. Best of luck to what happens on the other team.
Gents, welcome to the judgment. As the losing team, one of you will be voted out of the Bar1 Manhunt. Each of you will cast a vote for the person you feel did not live up to the standard of a Bar1 man. You cannot vote for James, the squad captain, as he has amnesty. However, he will be given an opportunity to give away his amnesty if he wishes to someone else in the squad before we start voting. Once the voting is done, all will be revealed, and the person with the highest amount of votes will be asked to relinquish his Bar1 Man expedition watch and to leave the game immediately. Clear?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the trial. James, as the squad captain, I would initially look to you for answers.
Nothing went wrong. It's just that the other team was just better, to be honest with you.
Before the game started, Stephen, I advised you guys that this game is all about calmness, strength, enormous flexibility, and good communication. Do you think that message came through?
I can't sit here and actually pick out any single one of my teammates and say, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, because as a unit, we gelled, everything worked as clockwork. Everything we said we were going to do, we did. We agreed. There was never any miscommunication or even any misinterpretation.
Oz, let me come to you, my man. What do you think James's strengths and weaknesses were as a captain?
If I have to highlight his strengths, it would be that he did try to take initiative when you could see that thing, the chips were down.
Sure.
At the end of the day, if there is a weakness, perhaps it was that we weren't aggressive enough, and that won't fall flatly on him. That would be on us as a team. The other guys went out, I think, with cuts and bruises and grazes on their arms, but they won.
Jefferson, would you say possibly the leader is part of the reason why you are in this situation?
No, I wouldn't put the blame on the leader at all, as we work as a unit.
But you know what, guys? At the end of the day, you must realize that somebody needs to be voted out. We can all sit here and be nice to each other, you know? But somebody needs to take the blame.
Yeah.
Zwela, you seem to be the most quiet person in this group. Do you think, mhlawumbe, you could have addressed some of your points, or do you feel that your personality played against you?
Today's challenge was difficult. Binzima ngempela. But ingxaki is this one. The other team libhetele kunasti.
Okay.
Size naso strategy sethu thina. But this strategy sethu, it was not quick enough or good enough for other team. But thina senze konke okusemandleni kwethu ba sigqibe ngexesha, but we couldn't finish on time.
Stephen, you look like you beg to differ.
At some stages, I did feel that a couple of people try to overtake maybe the role as captain because they saw that either the other team was further ahead than us or they were frustrated in the situation.
Now, James, let me come back to you. What will you be basing your vote on?
Ngeke ngichoose ngokuthi umuntu performe kambi ngamhlanje kuphela yabo. Singakhohlwa ukuthi you know, after each game, you need to sit down and talk about it. Winning or losing, you need to talk about it. You say, okay, look, we've done well on this, let's keep it up. We didn't do well in this, we need to work on this, you know what I mean? As a team, we don't want one member to isolate himself, you know? So that's how I'll judge it.
I will direct the same question to you, Bongs.
When you take a knock, it's allowed to vent. But how you vent is very important. Because you didn't lose, the whole team lost. So you shouldn't feel like you're more special than the other group or the other people that are actually in the team. So my vote basically is going to be based on that.
Manqoba.
I'm here, I'm playing the game, and my vote will be based on the game as a whole.
James, who would you say is the weakest member in your team?
After everything that I've been through with the team, and what I saw from today, I'll take Steve.
Nazlizito.
Yeah, Steve.
Stephen?
Straight up.
It seems like it doesn't come as a shock to you.
Not that it doesn't come as a shock. You know, I come from a different background and stuff as a very individual sportsman. You know, I'm probably not the best loser because I normally blame myself for everything. And it's almost a double-edged sword, but it's passion. And if it's a team sport, I would never look for anything more in a member than passion.
Now, Jefferson, would you agree with Stephen's statement?
I wouldn't disagree. However, being Stephen mentioning that he has a double-edged sword being exposed, if I was him, I would have kept it sheathed. If you know you got a very sharp double-edged sword, it's going to cut you short.
Well, I think I've heard enough. I'm coming back to you, James. You are the captain with amnesty. So now you have a choice. Are you going to hold on to the amnesty, or do you feel secure enough to maybe give it away to somebody who could possibly be voted out tonight?
I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it. One of the reasons is that I'm the youngest, and I wouldn't be the one to be voted out, you know what I mean?
Okay, gentlemen, the time to vote has arrived. Now, behind you, you will find wooden boards where you will have to write down the name of the person whom you believe should be voted out of the Bar 1 manhunt. And remember, you cannot vote for James because he didn't want to give away his amnesty. Take it away. Okay, so let's see who you have voted out of the Bar 1 manhunt. I'll start with the squad captain, James. Please reveal your vote.
Steve.
Please explain why.
Like I said, I want judges on his performance. I'm only going to judges on how he reacted after our performance.
Okay, fair enough. Let me come to you, Oz.
Stephen.
2 votes for Stephen so far. Please explain why you voted for Stephen.
You have to be gracious in victory, humble in defeat. You didn't show the humility that I think the rest of this team showed when we were defeated.
Okay, Stephen, you already have 2 votes counting against you. Please reveal your vote.
Like I said also, Bongs, it's nothing personal. I actually quite dig the guy. You know, if there's a captain that puts his hand up, especially someone who is running the team, you can't really try and fill his shoes.
Okay, so this makes 2 votes for Stephen, 1 vote for Bongs. Bongs, when votela ba?
Steve. It was a strenuous task, and we were all under pressure. He couldn't. He actually broke under pressure. That's why I'm voting for him.
So that's 3 votes for Stephen and 1 for Bongs. Jefferson?
Unfortunately, Steve. That sword is just too sharp for the team and for himself.
So that makes what, 4 votes against Stephen and 1 against Bongs. Okay, Stephen, if you get 1 more vote against you, that means you will be out.
Sweet.
But let's hear what Johannes has to say. Stephen. Stephen, you have 5 votes, and that means you are the first man to be voted out of the Bar 1 manhunt. Please step forward and hand in your watch. Stephen, you have been judged by your squad. Your 25-hour day is over. Good luck, my man.
Sure, bro.
All the best.
I am super content that I actually got voted off. I actually felt let down in myself as a member of the team because I'm not a team member. I don't come from a team sport background.
You have voted out Stephen, but yet there are still 2 votes which must be revealed. Zweli?
Stephen.
Stephen.
Okay, so all has been revealed at the judgment, and clearly this was unanimous. Gentlemen, it's been a 25-hour day. You may leave. I will see you at the next solo trial.
You know, I totally see where the boys were coming from. As for the words that my teammates used, yeah, obviously they're hard-hitting and they hit home, but it's nothing I haven't heard before. And as a competitor, it's something I just brush off and move forward for. This ain't my first rodeo.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.